Welcome to today's video on tips and markups. So first, a few definitions. A tip, which is also called a gratuity, is an additional amount of money paid for a service, and it's often a percent of the service cost. So for example, when you go out to eat at a restaurant, there's a certain cost for your meal, and then your parents likely will add on a tip for your server that will be a specific percent of that cost for your meal. So the total amount paid is the service cost and the tip, okay? A markup is an increase in the cost of an item. So when a company makes an item, there's an amount that they pay for an item, whether they make it or they get it from someplace, and that's the wholesale amount. But the selling price is going to be the amount that the customer pays. That's going to be the wholesale amount, which is what the company paid to begin with, plus a markup. And that's the way that companies can then make money. Okay, so they're charging you, if you are buying a pair of shoes and they get the shoes for $50, they may mark those up and you're paying $75, and therefore the company is getting a $25 profit because of the markup or the additional cost that they added to that. So let's do an example for a tip. If you have the problem, a bill for a group of 8 friends at a restaurant was $125. The group wants to add an 18% tip. So what is the total bill that they're going to have to pay? So we know that 18% converted to a decimal is 1800ths, or 0.18, and we're going to take that and we're going to multiply that by the bill, which is $125, and that's going to give me $22.50. That's going to be the tip. So the total bill now is going to be the initial bill for the food, which is $125, and then we're going to add the tip, okay, which is $22.50. And if we add those together, we will get the total bill that needs to be paid. And so that's going to be $147.50. That's now the total bill that needs to be paid. So an example now of a markup. The wholesale cost of a shirt is $17. That's the cost that the store pays for the shirt. The store manager plans to mark up the shirts by 125%. What is the selling price of the shirt? So the first thing we need to do is figure out what is the markup price. It's 125% of $17. So 125% of $17 is the markup price, okay? We know that of means multiply. We also know that 125% is 1 2500ths, or 1.25, times 17, and that's going to give us our markup price. So our markup price is $21.25. Now the selling price, the price that you're going to have to pay if you go to the store to buy this shirt, is going to be $17, which was the wholesale price, plus the markup of $21.25. And if we add those together, we get $38.25. So the store is going to pay a wholesale cost of $17. They're going to mark it up, and your cost is going to be $38.25 for that shirt. Here are 2 problems for you to practice. Please do these problems. They're also in the notes part of your lesson, the packet that I gave you, and we will work on more of this tomorrow. For your practice work, I would like you to do problems 1 through 11. Thank you. Have a good day.